Hello, this is Arcade Zeus, and today I will be reviewing The Ice Road. In The Ice Road, after a methane explosion traps dozens of miners underground, a group of truckers must travel across miles and miles of thin ice to rescue them. While this may sound rather intense, the movie somehow manages to fail to live up to its own expectations. The story is straightforward, but there are too many scenes added in that don't seem to further the plot in any way and feel more like filler than anything else. The film does have several moments where the characters are in peril and the journey to the mine becomes a lot harder, but most of the time, the movie finds a way to make those moments feel unengaging and sometimes even predictable. The movie tries very hard to give you an action-packed adventure full of suspense and danger, but instead gives you a bore fest that will leave you waiting for the credits more than anything else. While the writing isn't absolutely abysmal, it too fails to draw your attention and instead only adds to the miserable experience you are already having. None of the characters are differentiable, and it's not even clear what side most of these characters are on in the first place. Also, this movie contains a lot of violence, and none of it feels like it belongs. Even when the film occasionally cuts back to the trapped miners, I don't seem to care about what they are going through because I am so unengaged with the film already that I don't feel the need to care. None of the performances stand out either, and the only two recognizable names I could find were Liam Neeson and Lawrence Fishburne. I can't tell you how they did because I don't even remember who they played. While it doesn't save this movie from being bad, the one saving grace for this movie is the cinematography. There are several beautiful shots of the tundra, particularly in the film's opening, where we see both the beauty and the danger of living so far north. There are also several other great shots dotted throughout the film that ever so briefly distract you from the bad movie you are watching. It's not perfect, but for a movie like this, it's definitely good enough. The musical score is also very well composed, with most of the intensity still left in this film being delivered through the soundtrack. Again, it's nothing spectacular, but for a movie like this, it is very comforting nonetheless. I will say this though, there are the occasional visual effects that are poorly done. They don't show up often, when they do, you will feel underwhelmed. Overall, while The Ice Road tries desperately to create an intense, perilous, and action-packed adventure that will leave you hanging on the edge of your seat, and despite some neat camera work and a gripping soundtrack, the film is dragged down so much by its lazy execution and weak characters that the only thing you will feel throughout the film is a sense of dread. I personally recommend that you skip this movie entirely and move on to something much more pleasant. Anyways, this has been Arcade Zeus, and I will see you in the next video.